everyone, and welcome back to Ash of God's Redemption, and let's just continue where we left off. Okay, so we have Philia and Mushum. Okay. On the wall. Well, let's talk to Philia, I guess. Philia decided to stay by the men here. It would be worth talking to her. There are very few women in Opacum. Seeing two of them talking is a rare event. You're very lucky. One of them is still a child, though she might argue that. I need you, Hopper. Shek gave me this bundle for safekeeping before he died. Amma asked him to hide it, but I think it belongs to you. Just don't tell her. She seems out of sorts. My stone knife. She brought it here. Perhaps you are the Cirrus. The knife provides a glimmer of hope. Perhaps it will stop an overzealous reaper. What is Gleda interested in? Why are the Frisians set on taking this fortress? Why is it so much easier to breathe here? My father fears I might bear some kind of mark. What is it? Yeah. It's not about Opacum itself. What is it then? Is it about the dead men here? Why do the Frisians need it? Well, it's not them that need it. Yeah. Frisians have no need of it. The Reapers who drive the Frisians do. You'll know it when you see it. Is that why? Oh, I guess that's in response to there not being... Or it being easier to breathe here. Because there is no news. Are you talking about the reaping? It doesn't choke us in Opacum. Why is that? I do not know, but we are not the only ones after this riddle. Several reapers and 3 legions of Frisian soldiers are also trying to solve it. I guess we're going for that. You'll know it when you see it. A mark shows who the Awakened One will use to enter this world, to rule Terminum as its rightful master. And I will be marked? What will happen to me if it happens? Can I resist it? It may be you, it may be another. I don't know about resisting, but nothing good comes to the marked one. I am not a fortune teller, Gleda. You have a blackened hand. Is that not a mark? What are you going to do? If I knew what to do, I'd be doing it already. Philia, what did your mother tell you? Only in Opacum will you be saved. One of the 5 will awaken, but it is her children that will save this land, for he can only come through her children. Do you remember the advice given you? The spell broken into 7 fragments? Yeah, I mean the thing that I failed to realize several times. I do remember. What I don't understand is, why waste so much effort prolonging my life? What good will it do? Why trouble yourself with this? Should we or should we not kill the marked one? If yes, when? Will this being then find a different route? What if it will not let us near, or if it grinds us into dust? Think, Hopper. Okay. Mushroom paces to and fro, striking up conversations with various guards in the square. Mushroom hurries across the square near the gate. Hey friend, what's the rush? You call to him. The assault hasn't begun. No need to seek cover yet. Mushroom lashes out. Mushroom has never sought cover. No, I needed to talk to the party from Ursus. I showed them the bolt that killed Shek. He said it looked familiar, and I was right. Bran Victi's mercs use bolts like that. Yeah, we know. It was them, or the Count's wretched son, hiding under his daddy's wing in the fortress. You ask Mushroom to elaborate. Not so fast. I've heard the story of the stolen funds. Bran's doing or not, why would he kill Shek? What does it change? Musham grins. You're clearly not familiar with how things work at court. The main strategy is to wait it out. Half a year goes by, a year at most, and they forget about the funds. Count stuck at Victi might settle the matter too. For now, Bran should lie low. He's in hiding again, having run into Shek. Just wait though. He'll crawl out and find a way to somehow blame Shek. What? What, for the stolen funds? Yeah, I don't think anyone will believe that. Well, I'd better go. The assailants won't keep us waiting, though they say that the negotiators are already in the fortress. Yeah. The wall! A good place to observe the Frisian army and do some thinking. Thornbrennan climbs onto the wall and observes the Frisian army, shaking his head in distress. You remember hearing that Thorn had been arrested. You approach the captain. What happened, Thorn? Did your term of imprisonment come to an end, or did the king issue a pardon? Thorn sheaths his sword and shrugs. Neither. I've given a word of honor for the siege. Hedderlig expressed gratitude for visiting him in Frigga. I'll be back in the dungeon when the siege is over. You nod. I see. I'll find you on this bastion if I need you. Watch your daughter. She seems likely to leap from that wall and go at the Frisians. It's going to get rough soon. Thorin leaves. Minutes later, his daughter Gleda comes looking for him. Not finding him, she turns around and notices you. Scribe, you should know this, right? What are the Frisians making? Some kind of machines? I see stepladders, bowmen, and spearmen. How long would you say the siege will last? Someone was saying that the Frisians brought thousands of prisoners. Where are they? They are trebuchets. The superior version of siege weapon compared to catapults. Large throwing machines. They'll soon hurl massive stones our way. Or something worse. What could be worse than massive stones? Oh, many things. Pots of boiling tar, burning straw, corpses. Yeah. The siege can last a long time. Perhaps it will soon end. If the fortress has a good supply of food and water, the siege could last months. But it's not that simple. The siege won't last long now. The Berkans army is on its way. Did you think there were only 3 or 4 legions in the Frisian army? I'm afraid they have many more, and the Reapers have sides with them. True, there are no prisoners. They drove them to Opacum by the thousands. Now there are only... dead bodies. They slaughtered all prisoners, but to what end? Do they plan to hurl corpses at us? We shall soon find out. I should be going then. Wait, can you see those white cloths on a stick? It's parley party. That big-bellied Frisian must be an important official, but why does he have an odd-looking warrior with him? It's an Acon. Been a while since I've seen one. Why is he entering the fortress, I wonder? The Frisians will storm Opacum, unless we surrender, of course. Never! I'll die before I surrender. You'll have plenty of chances to do just that, I'm afraid. Apologies, but I have to go now. Someone's been looking for me. Your false excuse for Gleda materializes in the form of a messenger. You encounter him as you begin your descent from the wall. You recognize Musham again. Stucket Victi summons you, Hopper. We'll be negotiating with the Frisians, but we lack a good interpreter. The Count is going to placate them with a feast, and then suss out their intentions. How's your Frisian? Do you even speak it? You accept the invitation. Better than most Frisians. I'll come, though if I were you, I'd poison these ambassadors and be done with them. They'll just stall for time or deceive you outright. I'll be there soon. Okay. Throne room. You'd better not make Stucket Victi and the Frisian ambassadors wait. The throne room has been cleared. The tables are gone. Only the throne towers over the ancient hall. Its solemn occupant is Count Stucket Victi. He beckons you. You stand at his side and bow. At this moment, the doors are flung open, revealing the parley party.
A Shadow Clan warrior serves his employer as long as it doesn't infringe his loyalty to the Shadow Clan. Treachery is unforgivable. Shadow Clan's code for warriors of peace.
Alright. Let's see how this goes. And what it will entail. You frown. Despite the inevitable deaths to come, everything feels like a gruesome farce of elusive intention. You follow Pelko Soturi into the Berkans fortress, then to the spacious throne room. Count Stucket Victi, the Berkans commander, occupies the throne in the middle of the hall. A middle-aged man, perhaps a scholar or traveling scientist, stands at his side. Royal guards flank the throne. Few as they are, they outnumber you. Not that that would matter. The two hooded temple servants in Pelko Soturi's entourage make even your skin crawl. Are they the reason for the Count's overconfidence? He condescends as if he is the one receiving envoys. He smirks and requests an interpreter in broken Berkanan. The learned man steps forward. I will translate your words, Count, he says in Frisian. The replies too, if you so wish. Count Pelko Soturi chuckles in irritation. I ask for help if I forget a word. For now, I try to speak my own, he announces. Tension fills the throne room. It is clear that the negotiations will not end well. What does Pelko Soturi hope? Has he put his faith in the two robed temple servants? Why isn't the king present? Or the prince, at least? Didn't the Gels chase them all the way from Hyborg? I'd hoped to see their faces. Should I give up? You'll have to be content with talking to me, Pelko Soturi. Count to count, so to speak. I've been told that you're related to the royal house of Frisia, but I'll never believe that it is indeed you commanding the army gathered outside Opacum's walls. This shouldn't concern you, Berkan. I'll ask in Frisian, but I want the Akon to translate. I trust him more. Why aren't the gates wide open? Are your soldiers prepared to die? Where's your king hiding? Let's start with that. Is your king brave? Braver than most reckless Frisians in your army. You'll see for yourself very soon. Horror awaits your king. If he wants to live, he'd best kneel before me. I've come for one reason only, to convince you to surrender this fortress immediately. I'll pass your wishes on to the one who will appreciate them. Perhaps when you are crawling toward the gate to escape Opacum, he'll come out to have a look at you. Why are the gates not yet open? Because the glory of Berkana shines bright as her blades. You fools, Opacum will fall at Frisia's feet before the day is done. Don't hurry to drink your pigwash, Count. Let it steep. Are your soldiers prepared to die? Soon enough, you'll see what my soldiers are made of, especially if you try to storm the fortress. It will be their last battle. I hope they won't foul the fortress too much with their fright while my warriors take it. Battles are resolved in many ways, but never by foul language. Not confirming that you have no more questions. The Frisian brought sorcerers with him. I can sense their spell work. This is not possible. There's no reaping within Opacum's walls, no reapers and no sorcery. You look at Pelko Soturi and his gluttonous belly. The two-legged frog has thought of everything. Somehow, he knew it was possible to use magic in Opacum. Does he also plan to escape a fortress full of Berkans using magic? No reaping, true, but sorcery is certainly present. Listen to me, Count, while you still can. I take this fortress from within as we speak. I let you hear and feel every detail, even your death. Stuck at Victi suddenly falls silent and his guards turn into stone statues. Pelko Soturi can barely contain his excitement. The sacrificial stones in your body begin to burn. Where did this sorcery come from? The interpreter steps forward and makes a wide gesture. Some of Staket's guards come back to life. The two temple servants from Pelko Soturi's entourage chant mournfully until the interpreter waves his hands again and they dissolve into the air. You realize that the interpreter is the most dangerous adversary in this room. Slowly drawing your sword, you see a glimpse of metal in his hands too. So, he is a warrior as well? At the sight of a drawn sword, Pelko Soturi simpers and lithely darts behind you. He is clearly in no mood to fight, but you never expected bravery of him. Did he not foresee this might happen? Or was he relying on you? Not even a warrior of peace can take a fortress on his own. You can beat back the guards, but you are not so certain about the mysterious interpreter. Okay, Hopper, Wooly, and Lo Fang are about to clash. You must choose your side. The selected character will become the new protagonist. Ah. Well, I mean, he is on the wrong side. I like Lo Fang, but he's very fun to fight with or use in fights. And I don't really look forward to them fighting each other. But yeah, he's on the wrong side, so we're going with Hopper.
In the place where everything ends, the source of all being must flow. If you don't see it, you're not there yet.
Okay, we've already had that. Oh boy, I feel bad about fighting them, but well, no point in moving him. Yep, let's do that. Nice! Wow. That was definitely useful. I'll stay back here. For now. Oh boy. I'm sorry, Lo. Oh boy. That felt bad. The Frisians lie vanquished. You wearily lower your sword. It's not the fighting that has sapped your strength, but overcoming the alien sorcery. Stuck at Victi's guards shake off the dissipating enchantment. Blood has pooled on the floor. Somewhere outside, drums are beating. It seems the siege has begun. "Hopper, you damned book lover! How did you do this?" cries Stuck at Victi. "You're worth 100 of my guards. What kind of magic is this? Why do my guards still piddle about like a flock of plucked chickens?" A bolt strikes the Count's chest. He starts wheezing for air. You rush to him and try to keep him alive.
If all strength left you, you are dead. If you are alive, stop whining about tiredness.
Okay. Well, I guess we're back to Thorn. Why do I feel like that was Bran again? His mercenaries. That feels very unorganized. They feel more organized than them, with just like trickling in. It felt as if the assault began too soon. The Frisian legions moved as though directed by an unknown force. Their trebuchets were not prepared, and their negotiators had not yet returned. An enormous copper-plated battering ram was brought into play. Squads of archers crept forth, shielding themselves. The infantry moved briskly, holding hastily cobbled together ladders over their heads. The trebuchets let loose. The boulders they hurled over the defenders' heads crashed thunderously into the crumbling castle wall behind the ramparts. Beating drums and the wail of Frisian pipes muffled the desperate cries of the attackers and defenders alike. And so it began. You are calm. Your bastion is higher than the rest of the wall, which is already too tall to be scaled with siege ladders, and their hooks won't work against that kind of structure. It's clear that the gate will be the focus of the assault, which is why they're moving their massive ram there. Many enemy soldiers, using their shields for cover, push the monstrosity up a steep incline. But what of the negotiators? Did Frisia sacrifice them? Well, pretty much. Okay, so we have men here. Gleda. Frisians, Berkans, Gels. A white-haired woman stands before the men here. What is she doing there? Praying, perhaps? I guess Amma? You approach the men here and see a woman. She can barely stand, yet still somehow emanates a kind of power. You move closer to give her a hand, but come to a halt. She's saying something, almost screaming. At first, her words seem like bumbling nonsense, but then you begin to make sense of what she's saying. Something about inevitability and her old mistress taking her back. Before, Amma's mistress only had command of her spirit, not her flesh. Things are different now. It becomes abundantly clear that this poor woman's mind is addled. All too common in Reap time. Since she's not hurting anyone, you leave her be. You'll need to find a temple servant who could keep an eye on the poor soul. I don't know if that would be a good idea. The actions of the Frisians seem aimless. The warriors of the 5 kingdoms are full of determination, prepared to stand their ground during the siege. Frisians will rue the day they decided to assail Opacum. Berkana never conceded to the northern kingdom, no matter what happened. Even now, the finest warriors of Odala, Isana, and Jarana guard Opacum's walls. None of them cower at the stones flying overhead. If the Frisians somehow break into the fort, they shall taste Berkanan's steel and valor. Besides, Opacum borders Berkana, and while Jabona is also part of it in name, it lies days away from the 5 kingdoms' borders. Every battle is an opportunity to severely injure the opponent, perhaps even fatally, before an actual confrontation takes place. Powerful trebuchets have already dealt considerable damage to Opacum's bastions. Still, the inner castle stands firm. You might be able to hold out a while longer if you retreat behind its walls. The Frisian ram won't do much good in the castle courtyard. If Frisians are so eager to drown the men here in blood, let them drown along with it. Despite your determination, one thought continues to gnaw at the back of your mind. What if the Frisian legions are interested not in Berkana, but in Opacum and Opacum alone? Yeah. Gels! If there is anyone who should not be here, it is the Gels! You look at Opacum's southern walls. Smoke rises above them. It would seem they too have fallen prey to the onslaught. It would take powerful sorcery to make the Gels attack a fortress. Usually, their only interest is protecting their ancestral towers. On the other hand, Gels fleeing after ransacking some caravan hardly makes them cowards. Who would throw their life away for loot? They fight with ferocity and vehemence in their own lands. Well, there is a silver lining to it all. The more Gels that die during Opacum's siege, the safer the Gellian mountain roads and Vandal forest highways will become. The question remains, who will be left to appreciate it? And what business could merchant caravans have in this desolate, blood-soaked land? You ruminate over the centuries of conflict between Frisia and Berkana. So many dead, so much blood spilled. Perhaps that was the point. Neither side acquired new lands or resources. Then why start all this? You take a closer look at the Frisians laying siege to the fort. Their ladders are indeed short. The only true danger is the massive ram currently wailing on the gate. Although their arrows can already reach the battlements and their trebuchets are hurling boulders at the fort's defenses. Was all of this orchestrated just so the dead men here could be bathed in blood? Is this the beginning of a bigger war? What happens to the men here when it is no longer dead? Will it be rekindled, awakened? Will it heal the wounded again? What are its secrets? Frisians mindlessly saunter along, dragging furs and tarred sacks bursting with the blood of their wretched captives. They all resemble madmen whose fates have been sealed. Many fall under the hail of arrows, but it does not deter the rest. They continue to creep toward the men here, only to die before their cargo reaches its destination. A sense of foreboding gnaws at your insides. You never expected Opacum to remain forever untaken. No fort does. But for a moment, it feels as if an incorporeal terror hovers over you, reveling in the spectacle of spilled blood. Alright, Gleda, stop looking around. The assault is already underway. You need to get Gleda off the wall, no matter how capable she claims to be. You stare at your daughter. Gleda stands on the wall, watching the assault with crossed arms, a pale face and tight lips, as if she doesn't want to miss a thing. You approach her. Afraid? I feel uneasy too. The Frisian archers' arrows will soon be close enough to reach the battlements, so stay close and don't stick your head out. We should be cutting the ropes. Their ladders are too short to be of any use. It feels like a crucial detail still eludes me. Why did the siege start with the Frisian negotiators still inside? And there, on the right, what are the soldiers carrying in those black bags? It looks as if there are no more negotiators left. Maybe whoever's doing it has no concern for their fate. I'd love to know who's spurring them on. There's no commander, no king, no one. They say all of Frisia serves their temple. Never trusted those temple servants. We can only hope that our temple servants are different, though. Better not look at the bags. Look, they're carrying blood-soaked furs. See the Frisian camp? There were rows of prisoners there, now reduced to a pile of corpses. There are also these cauldrons. Look, it's blood. They're pouring it on the men here. I've seen that somewhere before. The Ensis did something similar with the men here near Albius. Perhaps they meant to imbue it with some sort of dark magic? Opacum's men here is dead, though. Why would they bother? They're not trying to wake it up, are they? It's time for you to leave the wall. Wait, I think I'm starting to understand. Well, I still don't understand any of it. What's there to understand anyway? Fight while you still live and make sure your daughter doesn't do anything foolish. Would you look at that? Musham is climbing the wall. Your grandfather probably thinks you've no business out here, so he sent an orderly after you. Yeah, unfortunately, her grandfather is dead. Thorn! Trouble! The Frisian ambassadors used sorcery, then Hopper thrashed them, but stuck at Victi's wounded. It doesn't look good. Damn it. Why did he join the fight? He didn't. He didn't! A bolt from God knows where. The guards are already searching the castle. I'm not here to deliver news, though. You've been summoned by Stuck at Victi. A bolt? Did Bran have the gall to... There's no one else it could have been. Musham, I'm taking my men with me. Yeah. But honestly, I'm actually gonna... Oh wow. We got really high morale. Anyway, I'm actually going to end this here, and we're gonna end the playthrough next time. Because I feel like the fighting might last a while. So yeah, we're gonna go to Stuckit next time. So thank you so much for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!